Hi, welcome back to Bride Society. I'm Laura and this is Rebecca.
So today we are looking at ASOS bridal dresses. ASOS might not be the first company that comes to mind when you think wedding dresses, but these days you've got so many more options than just going to a bridal boutique. So if you're looking for something a bit different, maybe at a slightly less price point, then this is something to check out. So we thought we'd have a look at dresses around the £200 mark, a little bit less. To be honest, they were all under 200 when we started. They all had a slight price increase in the interim, so around 200.
Yeah.
To give you a bit of an idea of the quality, what's out there, and just what we thought of what they have to offer. We will link all of the dresses that we tried on in the description box below if you want to find the specific ones, so do check that out.
So the first thing we probably want to say is about actually how the dresses arrive.
Yes.
And if you've ordered from ASOS before, obviously not bridal wear, you know they probably just come in like a plastic or environmentally conscious equivalent to plastic bag, all folded up. You get it, you try it on. If it's good, you keep it. If not, it goes back. The bridal collection actually comes in a bit more fancy packaging than that. All of the dresses that we tried on and ordered came in quite large boxes. The dresses inside wrapped in tissue paper. Then the dresses themselves were all in garment bags, and you got a wooden coat hanger as well. So it's kind of more of an experience.
Yeah, they've gone the extra mile with it for sure. Yeah, you do feel like you're receiving something special. Yes, not just something slung in a bag and shipped off. Yeah, and then I really like the fact that they had the wooden hanger and the actual, like you say, the dress bag to keep it in as well, especially because of the the trend of maybe like personalising the wooden hangers or even the dress bags I've seen too.
They did have ASOS written on them on one side, but there might be a way of that coming off, or just personalise the other side, maybe.
So the first dress we looked at today is one I tried on. This dress is called Bella, and it is a plunge cami wedding dress with pleat bust in crepe. How do you say that?
I would say crepe. But
okay.
Someone can correct us in the comments nicely, please, if you do that.
Yes. And they are currently selling this for £190. I really liked this dress. Now, I say this, on their website, this one has quite mixed reviews and people are not raving about it. I'm not sure why. Like for me personally, obviously all body types are different. Every person is different, so trying on and tastes are all going to be different. But as you see in the photos that we're putting up, I quite liked it. You can decide if you liked it on me, like on a similar body type to mine. It's very daring, I would say. Like it's not trashy. Like it's
not
still respectable, but I think you've got to have an air of confidence to wear it. Now, I should say I sized up one size from my normal dress size when I ordered this, just because I could see from the website it was quite a slim fit, like close-fitting fabric. And so I just like to give myself a little bit more relaxed space in those kind of things. And that was fine. I could have, I think, still gotten in the size 10, but the 12 was absolutely fine. It sounds like online that people found the top part kind of gappy. That was the gist of what we were reading, wasn't it?
So I think it really depends on your body shape and body type. Obviously, these dresses, when you go buy a wedding dress from a bridal boutique, you'll have fittings to make it fit perfectly, whereas you're just buying off the rack here, and I don't think you can have that same expectation that it will just fit you perfectly. So with these slightly more budget friendly dresses, you might also want to consider alterations, especially if it's like a dress like this that you love, but it maybe just needs tweaking in certain areas to make it fit for you. Don't kind of rule out also getting a few alterations to make it perfect.
I think that's a very fair point. Yeah, because no matter what, if you go to a boutique, you will be getting some kind of alteration. Like I would say 99% of the time. Yeah, but that's I say I didn't find it gappy, even though I'd sized up. So. And I feel like it fit everywhere quite nicely. And in the top, it does come with, it does have like cup inserts in there. So, there's some, I wouldn't say support, it's not supportive. Like it is, it's not close fitting like the rest of the body. That part does sit away from you slightly. And I think I would want to put that body tape on the inside, just so when you're moving around or bending forward, that you don't get bad
give everyone
risque camera pictures later on. But as I say, because it is a very deep plunge, and as I say, that's kind of what makes it daring. But I thought that was quite a flattering cut. I liked it. I thought maybe just to kind of make it a little bit safer, but still maybe have the effect, which I've seen this done with sort of boutique dresses, is to have a kind of clear, transparent like mesh across the gap part where the plunge is, that's or in a skin tone colour, so it like an illusion, so it sort of looks like the deep plunge is there, but it's actually like held together and has a bit more structure to it. I might have liked to see that. Maybe you can add it in when you consider alterations. That's something to think about. But you couldn't wear a bra with it. So you have to decide if that's something you're confident about or not. The straps also are not adjustable in any way. I thought it was really pretty. Yeah,
I did too. And I think, especially for the price point it's at, it has some really nice details on it. It has
like
some pleats on the bust, which just like simple little touches.
Yeah.
But I think it really elevates it from just kind of a white dress from ASOS.
Yeah.
It's definitely bridal, I would say, but in a modern way.
Yes.
It's definitely a modern wedding dress.
Yes. And it has a small train on it as well, which I think again takes it away from just being like a dress to a wedding dress in some kind of way. So you do feel bridal in it. And for me, it was a very good length as was in heels. So I think I was in like, I want to say like 2.5 inch heels. And I'm sorry for context, I'm 5'6" and a bit. So as I might need tailoring. I think it could be tailored probably hemmed quite easily with the type of fabric it is. So that's something to consider. But I quite like the fabric itself, this crepe, however we're saying it. Had quite a nice thickness and weight to it. If you have got it quite close fitting, it probably would show a few lumps and bumps if you have them. I do, But again, it's just whether you're happy and confident with that or you'd rather not. But
just get the right underwear to wear underneath it and you're all good.
I think the one last thing I at least have to say on this dress, other than, again, I love it, was online it describes it as ivory in colour. In fact, I think all but one of them that we tried on said ivory, which we kind of only noticed afterwards when we were looking back at the website, because we were surprised because we all but one of them thought they were white. Like in person, we just were like, "Oh, this is a white."
They were very
not
light,
brilliant white, but
very pale ivory, but more on the white side. Yeah.
So just to bear in mind.
But definitely worth a go, I would say. If you like the look of it, I'd definitely give this one a go.
Definitely.
My first dress was the Maya off-shoulder blouson-sleeve chiffon wedding dress, which was £170. On the model, again, this looks a very modern style dress, but I didn't feel it was quite, I felt it was a bit more, well, I felt a bit 70s in it, but you can disagree or agree.
I can see that. I can see what, I do agree.
So this one was actually quite a lot of fun dress. I liked the dress, but I probably wouldn't have chosen it for my actual wedding dress. I don't think it was.
I think it lacks the X factor, like that little bit that makes it.
But it was definitely a lot of fun to wear, especially with the sleeves, which were kind of blouson or just like floaty, puffy sleeved.
When I say puffy, you made me think shoulder, It
has a train that you can like swoosh about and things. So yeah, a fun dress. It was very long on me, and I'm 5'10", and I was wearing again about 2.5 inch heels. So that was quite a surprise actually, because often when we've had like tried on dresses in the past similar to this, I'm kind of just either on the cusp or slightly too tall for like personally for what I would choose to have. And it's obviously you can't add fabric very easily to a dress.
Yeah, it's much easier to take away than add.
So kind of off the peg dresses are slightly more limited in that sense. But again, this was very long, so it would have had to have some taken off if I wanted to have this one as my dress. So it would have needed altering.
It has some good thickness to it though, didn't it? It had a couple of layers to the skirt, so it wasn't see-through at all, and there was quite floaty fabric.
Yeah, it was lined, so that was great. It had boning in the bust, so you could wear a bra with this, a strapless bra with it if you wanted to, but I think you could probably also get away with not wearing one with the boning for support, but you need to see how comfortable you felt with that. It does have some thin straps to go over your shoulders. Again, these weren't adjustable ones, and actually I think mine was two slightly different lengths, so one didn't stay up.
One wanted to leave more than the other.
But I mean, that could just if it's too long, again, it's not so much of a problem because you can shorten straps. But just something to be aware of. There's obviously tweaks you might want to make to these. The sleeves stayed on really well. They weren't too tight. There was elastic in the sleeves, but it wasn't tight on your arms, so you could kind of do your arm dancing.
Choreographed by Laura.
Yeah, that's how I dance at weddings. So it was a fun dress. I liked it, but it wasn't.
It's a like not love situation
for me personally. So you might love it, but I liked swooshing in it. That was a lot of fun. Again, it's described as ivory, but it's very pale ivory. If it is ivory, it's more of a white, we would say.
Yeah. My next dress was called Poppy, and ASOS described this as a scallop floral embellished wedding dress, and they're currently selling it for £205. I love this dress. I just love it. So this is the one dress that we would agree was not white. This is described as pale grey, and we would concur it is pale grey, which obviously is not a traditional wedding dress colour. It's certainly not a traditional wedding dress at all. But you still feel bridal and very, very special in it. I suppose the amount of beadwork gives a kind of bridal, or more traditional bridal element to it. So there's this beautiful kind of poppy-esque shaped beadwork to it. It's kind of modern, but also retro at the same time. I think it's flattering, it's interesting, it's different. The fit is interesting as well, because it's kind of fitted around the waist, so it has some shape to it, but as well as having this kind of very ornate, large sleeves. It's just so different. It's just whether you want to be that on your wedding day, or maybe have it as an evening dress. I think it is very heavy. It's surprised. I was shocked by how heavy it was when it came. I know this might sound odd, but I think particularly because it was from the internet, it was from ASOS, I expect something cheaper to not have weight to it. Yeah. Does that make sense? So it kind of felt like a quality thing for it to be that heavy, but it is heavy and long sleeved and stuff, so I wouldn't want to be wearing it on the hottest day of the year. So if you're planning a hot destination wedding where there's not air conditioning and stuff, I would maybe take that into consideration. Some of the beads were falling off when it came, but not excessively. And it did come with a small bag of extra beads, should you need them. You liked it?
Yeah, I think it was, as you say, it was a bit different, but it was, it's quite difficult to describe. I mean, for the price, I think you're getting a lot.
Yeah.
The amount of beadwork, kind of the weight of the fabric, the style of it, I would say it feels like a much more expensive dress than it is. It's just not that traditional bridal look. So it's just whether you want to be that bit different. But yeah, it was just a very cool dress.
Yes, but whilst being warm.
Yes.
Yeah, it was warm. And lined as well.
Yeah.
So definitely not see-through, because I know that can be quite a concern maybe with lower price point or internet-based. That's the sort of thing I think I automatically assume gets taken away with as we move down the kind of scale of things. It's like the quality of fabric, the thickness, the lining, that kind of thing. But that was all there. Not going to be the easiest dress to dance in, I would say. Because I would have, I think, loved this as a maybe change into for the wedding reception type dress because of the look of it. But then it's not going to be easy to dance in because there is even a train with it as well. And I say it is heavy, so it doesn't quite move quickly. But again, if you're not big on the dancing and that kind of thing, I think you'd be absolutely fine. But it was comfortable, it stayed up well. Again, like my previous one, you wouldn't be able to really wear a bra with it just because of the neckline, but you can get like sort of stick-on things and all that, so it could be a workaround. You could put tape on it maybe to hold it in place, but I found at least, I don't think you would need to because of how the shoulders were and the fit of it. It did kind of all hold in place, but there isn't any inbuilt support there for you. So yeah, but I say the fabric is quite thick, so in case you're worried about getting cold and things showing, putting that out there. And I think just the final thing for me, it's just to comment on the length. It was too long for me. I say I'm 5'6", 2.5 inch heels, so I'm shorter than Laura. It probably, I think, would have been all right for you. So yeah, it would need tailoring, but that's probably to be expected. Probably because the beading a little bit harder to do, but I say if you take it to someone who specialises in bridal wear, I don't think it'll be anything they've not tried to deal with before. Yeah, but yeah, love it.
The final dress I tried on was the Hazel lace long sleeve off shoulder wedding dress, and this one was £160. Now you'll notice from the photos and the video that we're putting on the screen that I'm not in this dress. So I actually ordered, because I wasn't sure of sizing, both a 14 and a 16. I'm normally a 14, just to see how they were. I couldn't get either of these on. They were far too small. But we've since now looked at the reviews, and it does seem to be a common problem. So if you're a big fan of this dress and want to give it a go, you need to size up, I think, a couple of sizes at least.
Yeah, the consensus does seem to be like more than one size different.
Which is such a shame because all the other dresses seem to be...
It was odd in that sense. Yeah, it's kind of a bit of an anomaly. And I wouldn't say, like, from looking at the pictures on the website, that I would have looked at it and thought, oh, that's the kind of dress you might want to size up in. It's not particularly, it's not a slim fit as such. There's nothing about it that would make me kind of expect that.
So that was a shame, but it's got potential, possibly, if you get the right size and fit. So it's definitely a bit of a more traditional dress with the lace. It's all over lace sleeves. The thing I would say about the sleeves, when I was trying it on, not properly, that I think they might be a bit restrictive if you're someone, again with my arm dancing from earlier, if you want to kind of raise
the demo, go for it.
Arms above your head, the sleeves might make that a little bit difficult. But I mean, that's you can probably live without that. You can manage.
It's like the old Impulse advert, was
Yeah.
it? Like
Something like that, yeah. It has a nice button detail on the back, actually. So it's got a zip most of the way up, and then it's got kind of covered buttons the rest of the way where the lace is and the back. So that's just kind of a more nod to the traditional style wedding dress you'd think of.
Yeah, it makes it feel that bit more high end.
Yes.
Like, again, when I was ranting before about the things that when you think online cheaper dresses that you would start to think you lose, I would have thought that would be the type of thing you would start to lose. And it was there, so it was nice. And actually, I know you were talking about the lace. Like, I quite liked the lace as well.
Yeah.
Like, it was a nice, I didn't go tablecloth.
That's what I was going to say. In the past, when we've looked at dresses like this before, sometimes the lace can look a bit cheap and tableclothy, but yeah, I don't think this one.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. So, mixed review. Potential, but runs very small. In summary.
Was it? I know it was sort of tight and stuff, but was it comfortable? Like, 'cause I know lace can be kind of scratchy and stuff potentially.
I don't remember noticing any scratchy lace. The sleeves were quite tight, but again, I think they'll be looser the more you size up. So this might be one that you have to kind of size up quite a lot and then have taken in places, possibly. So.
Yeah.
Or ASOS might sort it out and start cutting their patterns slightly differently.
Yeah. So I think it has the makings of a good dress. You just have to be prepared. Like, don't order it for like maybe a last minute wedding. Like, it's one, you're going to have to maybe, say, tweak, be prepared to kind of work with. But in principle, in style and appearance, we like it. We do like it. And so it's probably the most traditional we tried on.
Yes.
Of the ones. Yeah. They have other more traditional looking ones on their website too, but that was our taste of the more traditional end. My final dress is called Elizabeth, and ASOS describes this as the beaded bodice wedding dress, which it is. Yeah. Very accurate description. Again, probably slightly more on the traditional end of wedding dress looks, but very modern with it. Yeah. I should start by saying I really liked this dress as well.
Same. Yeah, it was beautiful and a really good value for the price again.
Yes, I forgot to say yes. This one is currently £190. So I would agree. Like, because it has a lot of, again, beadwork on the upper body and the arms, and comes with spare beads should you need them. So money's worth. Yeah. There. It's like traditional but modern. It kind of has everything. It's floaty at the bottom but fitted at the top, so it has shape to it, but it's comfortable. It has long sleeves, and across the top it's what we call like an illusion. So it's the fabric is there, but you can sort of see through. You can see your skin through most of it, but not down the front. And a sort of a round part of your rib cage is lined as well, so the front and rib cage. Because of the back, it does have quite a large. That's not a keyhole, that shape, is it?
No, this is like an open back, I would say.
It does do it at the top again with a covered button, which is a nice touch. But then it does have this kind of oval shape right the way to sort of the base of your back, and I liked that. But so it has a zip fastening that goes up to that point, and I would just have liked that zip fastening to go up about that much more up your back, just to be level with where the lining goes around your rib cage. Partly because I think that gave it quite a natural line to finish, but also because this open back was kind of gappy. Now, obviously, this could be different on different body shapes, different sizes, all this kind of thing, so it could just be me. It does look a bit that way, I would say, on the model and the pictures on the website as well, but I think I didn't notice it until it was on me and I was moving around in it. So it sometimes just doesn't have the nicest
It doesn't fit
at all times, at all angles. It sometimes it's like, oh, does that not quite fit right? But, and you're obviously going to move.
Yeah. There's probably ways to tweak that though, again.
Yeah, and that wouldn't be a deal breaker for me with this dress. Like, I would still very happily wear this dress. I think it's just, if ASOS are looking for notes for next year, I would make that tweak. If wearing a bra is an issue for you, you couldn't really wear one with this dress because of the back. Again, you can obviously wear the sort of stick-on ones. There's sort of those sort of slight ways around it, but there's no sort of inbuilt support. There's no cups or anything inside. So it does have this lining and the sort of the slip type thing that is underneath it. The straps in there are adjustable, so if you want that to kind of sit slightly higher or lower, that is possible. And where those straps sit underneath the sleeve, there is that, I don't know if you've seen them in other dresses, but there's a slight like string with a popper underneath that, so it holds it in place underneath so it doesn't start wandering out. So if you did find a way also to be wearing a bra that has straps, that would also go under and hold it out of view from sort of wandering into eyeline. Am I even articulating this well?
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Okay, good.
Hopefully other people do too. If not, leave a comment and we'll try and explain it.
I said, loved the arms. Slightly restrictive, I would say. So again, if you feel like the arm dancing, then yeah. But again, that could just be sizing or a particular shape of my arms. So, this dress, it doesn't have a train. I think almost all the ones we tried on. I want to see all of the others.
I don't think my lace one did.
Okay.
That one was just more of a fuller skirt without really a train, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but as I say, it's still very bridal without it, whereas some of the others, the train added to the bridal feeling. So this didn't really need that. It is lined all the way through. So, as I say, again, although it's very sort of floaty, thin skirt, it is lined, so no see-through issues. And again, described online as ivory. I would describe as white. Not brilliant white.
No.
Maybe not as white as
we seem to be today.
Yeah. But white nonetheless.
Yes.
Yeah, but we liked it.
We really like this one. And I can see this one maybe more with a veil than maybe some of the other dresses. I think because it's like more of the traditional end of the spectrum, possibly. But I guess you could wear a veil with all of them if you wanted to. But this one, big fans of all your dresses, I think.
Yeah, I've been very happy with any of the ones I tried on. So, yeah, I think overall, pretty impressed with ASOS's, is that how you say it? ASOS's offering on the bridal front. I say we just tried, obviously, a really small selection of what is a really wide range. So they've got quite a wide variety of sizings, and they also have a curve range as well. I know they have on there, which is great, and a wide variety of price points. Yeah. So all the dresses that we tried on are linked in the description box below. Let us know what you thought. Which was your favourite? Are you going to order any of them? If you do, we would love to see pictures. So tag us over on Instagram on those. But otherwise, please like the video if you liked it. Hit subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. Otherwise, we'll see you next Friday.